Welcome back. Construction of a smart block at the Micoud Secondary School is underway thanks to funding from the World Bank through the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project. The Micoud Secondary School celebrated its 50th anniversary this year. It has an enrollment of 681 students. The physical deterioration of the aged school plant came to a head on the first day of the new school year on the 6th of September 2017. Teachers downed their tools, students refused to enter the Form 3 block, and they had the full support of the PTA. The Minister for Education, who is also the parliamentary representative for Micoud North, and a team of education officials visited to have a full grasp of the situation.
In the usual fashion, I would visit schools in my constituency. And when I visited the Micoud Secondary School, and we toured the third form block, which was the block in contention in that particular year, I agreed with the teachers and students that that block was indeed in a deplorable condition. And in all good conscience, we could not house our students and teachers in that block. I remember making the bold decision that we should knock down the block.
The next stage was comprehensive community consultation.
We were pleased that the consultants listened to us. It started with the minister coming in, listening to the concerns, and of course making a decision along with us to do something about the condition of the school.
I reiterated our commitment to building a smart school, albeit block by block. And by smart, what I mean is that it is technologically smart, energy smart, climate smart, and very importantly, that it is people smart, especially as we give consideration to students with different disabilities.
The government of St. Lucia received financing from the World Bank through the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project for the construction of an ultra-modern smart block of the Micoud Secondary School. Through a competitive bidding process, CPAL Holdings Limited was awarded the $5.8 million contract to undertake the project within 15 months. From the onset, the project had to be amended to accommodate the protocols of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Where the block is situated right now was actually 4 feet above ground. We had to take it down to ground level, which was our first challenge because what we have here is just solid rock. All right, so we had employed a jackhammer, an excavator with a pneumatic hammer, like 24/7 for almost a month to take it down to the reduced level. When we got that done and we went down to the foundation level, then it's rainy season, so our foundations are now flooded. So now we have to be pumping out water and stuff like that. But the biggest challenge that we've had this far, I must say, is COVID-19, right? Because we're in the tropics, it's hot, and we need to be wearing our face masks, and to keep social distance on an active construction site is difficult. This location is called a modern language classroom. We're moving on to the technical drawing classroom, which is here. We have one more floor, which is the second floor, that we'll be working on from Monday next week. We'll be installing the bottom beams, then the formwork for the floor itself to go up to the second floor.
The building is being constructed specifically to cater to the new technological needs and more interactive classrooms for tomorrow's students.
We also would have a visual arts classroom. We're looking forward to a clothing and textile room, an improved home economics room. We're looking forward to an improved building technology room and the TD lab as well, so that our students can basically feel that learning is taking place.
The school is expected to serve as an emergency shelter capable of providing continuity of service to approximately 700 students and 350 patrons during and within the aftermath of natural disasters. Within a 3-year period, this project went from conceptualization to securing funding, finalizing designs, and the commencement of construction, a feat made possible through the special funding arrangements by the World Bank through the DVRP. The government of St. Lucia, after 2 years of consultation, has made good on its promise to ratify the Escazú Agreement. Genevieve Gonzague tells us more.
St. Lucia became a signatory to ratify the Escazú Agreement since 2018. On December 2nd, the government of St. Lucia informed that it's finally making good on its resolve to make access rights to environmental information, public participation, and justice for all St. Lucians a top priority, with Cabinet's approval of the ratification of the Escazú Agreement. The St. Lucia National Trust has been one of the advocates for the agreement to be signed. Communication and Advocacy Officer of the SLNT, Coretta Crooks Charles, says this was long overdue, but the move is welcomed.
It's important to us because many times we try to ascertain information or try to be included or to participate in a discussion relating to environmental matters, and oftentimes that is not possible. So this agreement in due course will provide a space for environmental organizations or persons who take an interest in these matters to be able to access the information and make decisions pertaining to the protection of these natural resources that might come to play.
This treaty aims to combat inequality and discrimination and to guarantee the rights of every person to a healthy environment and to sustainable development. In doing so, it devotes particular attention to vulnerable people. Charles says the government has only taken the first step.
It is just the beginning. There's a lot of work to be done, and we pledge our continued support to work with them as we have been doing in raising awareness for this very important agreement that will indeed help to raise the standard for which environmental issues are handled in St. Lucia, the rest of the Caribbean, as well as in Latin America.
The member states of the United Nations believe that this agreement will charter a path towards greater dignity, prosperity, and sustainability for people and planet, and has pledged to leave no one behind. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. The latest weather forecast is coming up next.